Hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Aurora C# Uncut Let's Play series. In today's episode, we are on the path for conflict of some kind, diplomatic or otherwise, as the aliens continue their to advance on us. Well, not really advance, but they're heading our way. We have colonized the system of V51-8 Cygni, which is in their path, and we are preparing ourselves for the eventuality that they will come here, and I'm organizing a fleet to be moved over immediately. We also, last episode, got our Bondtide class vessel into construction, and I will be refitting vessels and preparing the Bondtide to move on its own to assist if required. We already have the fighter wing practically done, the carrier air group practically done for it, which means that we should be able to leverage the amount of fighters that we are realistically able to need. We also have 2,716 Mark IV Striker anti-ship missiles, which are size 6 and hit a lot harder. We have SDOs ready. We have many ground forces ready for the conflict. The thing that concerns me, though, is if we have a look, we've been spying on our opponents. They're in Vega. The thing that concerns me is the amount of installations they have, the population size they have. These things are very terrifying to me. But we must soldier on, and I must get forces moved over to where we need to get them to move. EV Lacerta needs ground forces. We also have ground forces that have been moved over to V51-8 Cygni, but we're waiting to they didn't deploy all of the infantry battalions correctly, which was a mistake by our Natals. These Natals, you guys are unloading. You should be unloading all those ground forces. But what I am going to do is I'm going to send you guys out, the other Natal PAs, to Alpha Centauri. I'm going to get ready to pick up further ground forces to be moved over for defensive purposes. Now, as someone did say, we do need a significant population for what our strategy is. Our strategy is to essentially claim this system so that they cannot advance through this area. Because if they were able to occupy V51 Cygni, occupy Captain Star, that would give them within striking distance of Bernard Star and EV Lacerta. Okay, and that is not acceptable to me, because that would then mean that they would be able to attack us accordingly, and I'm not really up for that. So let's get right into it. Let's start incrementing some time along. Okay, did they just arrive? The Kingdom of Boughton has been, as per some production level, they've been ordered to leave. So they have now entered V51-8 Cygni, and they are now. Those are survey vessels, I do believe. Now we could attack them. That would not be out of the question. We could attack them, but I'm going to show the flag before we make any such action, because I would like to avoid conflict for at least now until we have established ourselves into a better position. Now we are trying to demand to them that they must leave the system. Otherwise, we will, we will deal with them. It seems that vessel's lot has fled. We also finished up the Carlian C's and Devonshire C class, so we can begin to refit and then retool stuff out correctly. So I'm going to build 2 of those, and I'm also going to build 2 more of the Devonshire C's. Another thing that I did while in between episodes was I cleaned up our engines, so it's a lot nicer now. We had way too many engines that I'd been tooling around with and doing stuff with, and people suggested you probably want to clean it up, so that's what I have done. I've got more colonists on the way here. My hope is that with a colony here, that will tell them, hey, you can't do things. Okay, with the Sepulture class, current contacts are 2-time ship. We have sent the appropriate. They reject our claim on the basis that they have not detected of a permanent presence that would warrant such a claim. Their freedom of justification will damage reputation. Okay, when is our first carrier group ready? 7 ships in overhaul. We're still waiting for that to be done. Is the second carrier strike group ready? Ship 4 are being refitted, if I remember correctly. So we have to wait again. Third carrier strike group. Third carrier strike group is ready, but you're at in passive. How long will it take you to reach EV Lacerte? Not EV Lacerte, V51 Signy. 162 days to reach there. We can't afford that. Yeah, apparently they are contesting it. And they're moving ships within this system, which is of great concern to me. Reminder, if they go through Captain Star, which has a jump point on it, that would allow them to reach other areas relatively easily. So we need to be very, very cognizant of that fact and get forces moved over as soon as we can. We also need to get those Marines loaded and unloaded onto the systems as whenever we can get there. Okay, diplomatic contact from the Kingdom of Bouncing is originating from the Sepulchre 002. The ambassador on the ship identifies itself as Greater Swordsman Ake Leeson, diplomatic rating 2.7. It seems that they want to be allies of some kind, but I am not too interested in my opinion, because people who invade my space, like they are doing here, are not welcome. Okay, change from speed to 1,600. They really need to survey all the other comets and areas around, which is definitely a concerning factor. Yeah. So we are getting, there's some diplomacy occurring right now. Okay, we have Natal PA 2002. We have 120,000 that we can actually move. I'm going to impromptly move. How big are one of these? Let me check. Division. One division, Army Corps, STO division. 40,000. Yeah, 40,000 tons total. So 180. That's a lot bigger. That's 58. So 40. So we could move. Yeah, we're gonna move a PD and we're gonna move the other one accordingly. So fleets. I should be able to move all that, correct? The brigade headquarters shouldn't cause issues. Yeah, size 1. So that means 10,000, 10,000. 40, 50. 40, 50. 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, we should be able to load everything that we need on there. I'm going to load then. Little subunits. I'm going to load 100mm and then the 200mm. Okay, and then I'm going to bring them to V51 Signy, and we're going to unload them onto the colony for defensive purposes. Then you're going to head back south until you can get ready to pick up more ground forces and then move them over. That's going to take you quite a bit of time, though. Okay, diplomacy is approaching rating. The ambassador on ship identifies Larson. Okay, so we are building up diplomatic reputation, but they seem to have more vessels move over. That's a military vessel of some kind. We have ordered them to leave the area, but they haven't recognized that we claim this. We've reached 1 million population on the planet already, and I would like to get more there. So cargo groups, can we get more shipments out? Go back to Sol and prepare to grab. Actually, you can go to Rice. You can go to Alpha Centauri, and you can pick them up from Rice. That'll be quicker. We need to get infrastructure onto the planet as soon as possible so that we can actually claim the system fully as ours. Executive, okay. Natal PA001 unloading ground forces. We're still waiting for the overhauls to be done, which could take a year, half a year, before we can actually get forces moved over. So we're just going to do 5-day increments. And we're going to hold off before we begin any kind of diplomatic instance. Okay, Suffolk 002 just completed. We also have a ridiculous amount of stuff just sitting here that we could obviously move for defensive purposes. You are going to go to Vega, and you're going to go and join the Suffolk there. Ontario Bees. Yeah, we have Bradley's. Do we have on EV Lacerte? Let me think about this. Do we have maintenance? Yes, we do have maintenance capacity. We don't have maintenance supplies though, and we don't have fuel, but we can sort that. I can send maintenance supplies over. So head over to EV Lacerte, transfer maintenance supplies to the colony, head back to Sol, refuel. I also would like to know, just wondering, do we have a refueling station on EV Lucerte? We do not. Okay. What I am going to have happen, though, is I'm going to detach the 4 Bradley class vessels. I'm going to order them to head to EV Lucerte, which will take them 10.9 days. And they are to move towards the colony for defensive purposes. If the enemy so decides that they do want to come, then we will handle them accordingly. Okay, the Natal 009 is done. We're going to head you back to Alpha Centauri then to pick up more ground forces. So that now means that we should have available to us, the full infantry battalions and regiments ready to go. And we will dig in as much as we can onto the planet's surface. We only have forces on A1, I do believe, on A1, because that is our colony, so we want to protect that with our lives. There's a million plus people living on that are citizens. Kingdom, small F9, freighter, small F9, those are civilian contacts. If we have a look, they are bringing civvies in, so they're beginning to colonize. Yeah, these look like civilian freighters to me. We know the freighters small, freighter 9, 36,000. Interesting. Ambassador identified. So yeah, we continue to try to build up reputation, but it's not exactly going very well for us. Well, it's not like it's not going well, it's just that I don't really like the idea. Okay, they're going to start colonizing then. So what might happen is we may establish our colony on like A1. And then they may establish it on A2, which could definitely be a problem. If they do such a thing, we'll have to deal with them accordingly. The Brontide just finished construction, which is massive, by the way. The FRSS Brontide Supercarrier is ready and available. Okay, now we do the lengthy process of landing and assigning all of our vessels accordingly to the actual to the vessel. So land and assign onto the Brontide, please. So I'm just gonna have to do this really quickly. So they have been landed and assigned. So Brontide, where are you? There we go. Then I'm going to detach all of you. Then have you join the Brontide as a subfleet. There we go. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing again. So up to 24. Land on and assign. Land plus assign to the Brontide. There we go. And then I need to go for another detach. And then we're going to do the exact same thing. Oh, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to get all of them in there. 24, 50. Where is it? Brontide. Land on assign mothership. No, I want you to land as subfleet. There we go. And then I'm going to throw the rest into Brontide 002. So yeah, move in. And then we're gonna split them down 12s like we do, so we'll have 4 squadrons of 12 fighters. Accordingly. 11, 12. Okay, so that gives us 12, 12. Now we're going to grab another 12 fighters. So that'll take us up to 36. We're going to land on where is it? The Brontide. There we go. We're gonna land and assign. There we go. And assigned. Now we need to do the exact same thing. So yeah, this is just gonna be a pain. Once it's set up though, it won't be that big of an issue for us. So detach, land, SC1 side, land as subfleet, which is good. And then I also need to do the last of our block 4s. We need to then assign them accordingly. What's scary to me is that some of their vessels are almost as fast as our fighters, which is I mean, like, Jesus. If we're outsped too much, that could definitely cause us problems. I will say that much at least. Okay. So now we are assigning the carrier wing up correctly. So now we need to detach all of these. No, not all of them. We need to detach all, but yeah, there we go. Then have you do the exact same thing again. Land and assign a subfleet. There we go. So now we have four squadrons there. I'm going to then need to get the Ontarios. So we're going to go, I'm going to go for one big squadron for now. So I'm going to attach all of them, and then we're going to have them join the Bondtide. Bondtide, land and assign the motherships. There we go. Cool. And now that's been joined, we can then detach those. So these will be for escort duty. These are quite a bit faster with a 20,000 kilometers per second speed. And then we can assign them up correctly. Bronzeside, land and assign as subfleet. There we go. And we nearly are done. I'm sorry, guys, just going through this. We just have the Quebecs we need to add on. How many did I decide I wanted to add to the vessel Supercarrier Bonsai class? I wanted to add 4 and then 2 Sussex class vessels. So we're going to add in initially 4 Quebecs. And we're going to then land them and assign them onto the where was it? Bondtide. There it is. Land and assign. Okay, and then landed. Cool. And then we need to rename all of the shipyard fleets accordingly. So now that we have the Quebec and the Bronzesides, we need to rename these. So these are going to be called, we have 9th, up to 9th, so it's going to be the 10th Aardvark Strike Squadron. And then we're going to go for the 11th Aardvark Strike Squadron. There we go. And then the 12th. The 13th. And then 14. Oh, no, this will be the. What would this be? 2nd, 3rd, 4th Ontario Interceptor Squadron. There we go. Okay, so now that we have all of that done, we have the Bondtide as well as a pretty much full carrier group that's fully armed, reloaded, and ready to go. We just need the escorts now, which we could pretty much just take from here, but we're waiting for maintenance to kind of fizzle out. And I also want to take the better ones as well. The Aegis C class, I know that 4 of them are being refitted, and then we'll move some of the Senyas in as well. How are the refits going in that regard? So we're refitting that. 2 Senya Cs, so we need to produce 2 of these. These are going to be for the main one, so those will be done in 2246. March of this year is when those refits will be done. And then I think the first job of our Bondtide, or of the Bondtide, is going to be to show the flag, so to speak. And by show the flag, I mean show a 100,000 ton vessel. If that does not scare them, then nothing will. So we're going to rename this to the 4th Carrier Strike Group. Okay. And we also need to use supply vessels as well, and some of the vessels here. But we should be fine in that regard. Okay, shipyard fleet 008 complete orders orbiting EV Lacerte. Which one was that? Shipyard fleet 008. Are we transporting something? I'm not sure which is orbiting EV Lacerte. Oh, I know what it is. It's the Bradleys. Yes, it is the Bradleys. So that'll provide us some some defensive capability around EV Lacerte, and we'll move some ships into Vega, of course, but I want to completely show the flag. More freighters have been found. That's a lot of freighters, my god. Is originating, ambassador, overhauls happening. That's the Yuri Andropov. Complete her overhaul. 36,000 ton freighters discovered. They are moving in Beta Pupus right now. Neutral ship contact Beta Pupus. It's looking good. How is our intelligence gathering going? We're at 440 right now. We should also have another Suffolk being assigned to that, which should help us out in regards to it. Cargo Group Alpha 002 has headed back to Earth. Your priority is to load in. You're gonna load a refueling station. That's what you're gonna do. Max minus 1. You're gonna load that refueling station, and you're gonna bring it to EV Lacerte, unload all installations, and then head back to Sol. No. Yep. Head back. You can head back to Sol. Head to Earth, and then refuel and resupply. There we go. Okay, let's continue incrementing along here. More of their vessels have been detected. These buoys are really paying dividends. They're so cheap, and they just do so much. Refits of the Narwhale, Partridge, McKay, and Musketeer. You guys are being reassigned. You are getting your reassignments because you are now more valuable to me. So you 4 Aegis class vessels are going to be going with the 4th Carrier Strike Group. So there we go. And I'm going to then create 2 subfleets, and they're going to be called Destroyer... First Destroyer Escort Squadron. And then 2nd Destroyer Escort Squadron. There we go. And then I'm going to throw the destroyers in there equally. And we are waiting for, we want the Helios class vessels as well for some higher ordnance capabilities. 2nd Destroyer Escort. And then I'm also then going to continue our refits with the Aegis C class. We want to continue our refitting of as many of these Aegis vessels as possible. If we can't refit, then we're just going to construct them straight into shipyard fleet. We'll construct 2 more of those vessels to be made. I'm going to also order up another supply vessel, another Norfolk vessel, and how much money do we have? Quite a lot. Well, not money, but minerals. We have a lot. So I'm actually going to order another bond-tied vessel. I'm going to call this one FRSS. We call that one bond-tied. We're going to call this one Vanguard, as it will be protecting the Vanguard. So that will be in construction whenever we can get it done. And now, yeah, we will continue our increments along. Okay. Recover the abandoned financial center. We're continuing to build up our diplomatic reign. They seem to want to be friendly with us, but this could be a pretext to war. We don't really know here. I'm most concerned about V518 Cygni. I hope that with enough installations, we should be able to do something. Yeah, they seem to be surveying the other planet, so it's likely that they may take possession of the other planet, and we now have 60 freighters here, by the way, which is significant. There's also Reconquistas over there surveying the survey location, so it's going to find Captain Star soon enough. We are practically ready with this fleet to just move. But yeah, we are practically ready to move. I would like, one thing that I am going to do is we do have, obviously, troop transport base on the bond side itself. So we don't need the Norfolk class vessel for what we want to do here. So I'm going to load up boarding platoons. These are the new elite marine boarding platoons, and we are going to be using these. Yeah, we're going to be using these specifically for boarding enemy crafts and seizing areas that we want to be seizing. So 24th. Where is it? Yeah, 24th, 23rd. We can load 8 platoons, by the way. That is our capacity. So 22 and then 21st. There we go. We can load all of them up. So that shouldn't take too long. There we go. So now we are transporting 8 boarding platoons, which we can then load up onto the Quebecs and send them into combat. We do not have the Growlers. That is something that I forgot. Yeah, we need the Block 3 Growlers. So I'm going to detach these, and I'm going to have them join up with the 4th Carrier Strike Group. We're going to land and assign on to that. There we go. So that now means that we have the Growlers that we need. We have the Growlers that we need. We have the agencies that we need. We need the cruisers, and we need the Helios class vessels as well as a supply vessel. I'm going to actually take away this supply vessel, and I'm going to assign that into the 4th carrier group. And then we need the cruisers right now, and we also need the cruisers, and we need the extra destroyers. Speaking of destroyers, this is a Helios B class vessel. We can definitely make use of it, but I would like to use more up-to-date vessels, if available to us, so to speak. But I think this is good enough for now. We're going to make sure you are on resupply own fleet. Make sure you load fleet ordnance, refuel own fleet. And I'm going to order the 4th Carrier Strike Group to begin to move out. We have a Highlander? Oh, it looks like we do. Oh, I know why, because it was tracted. We need to release tracted vessels. Cannot be assigned to a fleet which is undergoing overhaul. I see. That's a problem. That is a problem indeed. Second Carrier Strike Group, we're waiting for stuff to be done. We have the Chivalrous here, which is available, which we can actually throw in, which is what I am going to throw in. Fine, we'll just assign these guys then to the Destroyer Escort Squadrons. They're not as good as the HSCs, but they'll do the job just fine. I'm also going to tell the Highlander then to get the hell out of overhaul. Leave overhaul. I am giving you a note. Leave overhaul. Please select the ship. I am selecting the ship. Oh, it really doesn't like that, does it? It really does not like that. Can I leave overhaul through this? No. Okay, well, we are going to head ourselves over to V51A Cygni. Once we're in the system, we're going to stabilize a jump point. Why are we going 30 kilometers per second? Highlander supply. Okay, the supply needs to go then. We need it to go because, yeah, I can't have it overall and like that. But we do need a supply vessel of some kind. Can the 3rd Carrier Strike Group provide that for us? Is that a possibility? Well, its supply vessel is damaged, so that's a problem. But may want to refuel, resupply, and also begin an overhaul really quick here. Yeah, that's damaged. Its engines are damaged and all sorts, which is a problem. How much longer will that take? Yeah, how much longer will that take for the supply vessel to be done? Overhaul, supply, maintenance. Begin overhaul, rewind clock. And ships in the, okay. Well, what's the distance? Do we necessarily need a supply vessel if we are going for where we're going? Okay, let's say I want to move to EV Lacerte. That took us 22 days, 7 billion kilometer range. Okay. So what if I go Lumen, Bernard Star, refuel from the colony. Okay, so that's 18.6 days. Then we go to Captain Star. And then we go to V51A Cygni. Too long. Too long. So, yeah, you're going for the Bernard Star. So we're going to go here, we're going to refuel, then we're going to go to V51A Cygni. Okay. If that doesn't work, that's going to be a problem, but I think it should be fine. But I just want to get forces there as quickly as we can to kind of assert our claim in the system. Because otherwise, they're going to begin to colonize, and they're going to begin causing problems for us. That's a lot of freighters. If we were able to actually attack those freighters and destroy them all, that would be incredibly useful. The carrier is complete orders. let's have you begin to repair automated damage control, auto queue. Just begin to repair all of your damaged parts. Okay. Norfolk, Greyhound, Woodpecker, Animal. Okay, everything looking good there. New neutral ship contacts. We've successfully repaired our ion drive. That's fantastic news. Does that now mean that this vessel is now available for usage? No, it's not. We still need to repair the other ones, which is going to take us quite a little bit of time. So we're just going to wait here. Repaired another one, originating from ship, the ambassadors. That's in some kind of diplomatic vessel. Freighters are moving to Captain Star, which is concerning. Well, we don't know that, but it is definitely concerning in that regard. Third carrier strike group. So the supply B vessel, we just finished repairing up those three. Okay, and then I also want to give a resupply from Colony. We're going to use a lot of maintenance supplies, but we need it. Third carrier strike group has cleared all those orbiting and naval outpost in passive, which now means that you should have plenty of maintenance supplies. No, you don't. You need a lot more. Did I just use up all the maintenance supplies on the actual colony itself? Not in passive, but yeah, in passive. Yes, I did. That's a problem. That's a problem. Devonshire B class, head straight to impassive. Impassive is in 55 Buddhist. We need to transfer maintenance supplies to the colony immediately, and that'll take you a month. No, not that long at all. Okay. How is our carrier group doing? That's the question that I want to know. Requesting that our forces leave as assistance lies within their territory. Huh. Well, here's the thing. This lies within our territory, actually, and you are occupying it, or attempting to claim that you are in control, and I don't think you are. I don't think you are indeed. So I will not be accepting that. Thermal, new ship classes, those are military vessels. Those are military vessels indeed. Quite a few of them, in fact. What time until our carrier arrives? Fourth carrier strike group is 12 days away. What is the current fuel situation? Fuel is looking good. Ammunition is looking good. Aardvark's looking good. Ontario's looking good. We have boarding crafts available. We have growlers available. We have destroyers available. Okay, and we completed that. We will assert that we are in command of this system, and that if they wish to affect that and wish to move us from this area, then we will deal with them accordingly. And I am not afraid to get my hands dirty if it means securing ourselves this system, because this system is strategically important enough to secure the galaxy. They have been detected in Captain Star. They have made their way into the system, into Captain Star, and we need. That means that they have also that also means that they are beginning to make their way. That they have access to this area now. We need to ready up another carrier strike group immediately. So we have this carrier strike group, which is trying to overhaul as best it can. We will get this moved over and prepared to go whenever we can. Okay, fourth carrier strike group is on the way with the Bondtide. As a matter of urgency. I'll show them a matter of urgency. Orbital mining vessels, Mahadi class detected in Vega. So orbital miners, we know that they're orbital miners, that's very interesting. 80,000 tons apiece those are. Insanity. For the carrier strike group has arrived in V51 insignia. You're not going to tell me to leave this system. Okay. Carrier group, let us head straight for what's the fourth carrier group? Head for the colony. We will show us our flag, and we will tell them that they will leave or we will deal with them accordingly. Okay, we just had the another Suffolk arrive in Vega to assist with intelligence gathering, which is fantastic news. V51 Cygni. Okay, moving in. We have civilians here. Okay, so I'm going to give the order now. Because they decided they don't want to move. I'm going to give the order that this system is now military restricted. This system is now military restricted. We are cordoning off all of these systems accordingly, and we will have the civilians immediately try and get the hell away. For Carrier Strike Group is on the way to the inner core. Okay, we've got more combat engineer battalions readied. Requesting our forces leave assist mines within their territory. Does it? Does it really lie within your territory? Because I don't think it does. We are now orbiting that place. Now the question is, do we open fire? Well, our civs aren't away yet, so that's a concern. So that could cause collateral damage, indeed, if we were to engage the enemy. But I do want to oust them from this system. Tell them, okay, we're going to give them a warning. And I'm also going to give this a warning. I'm going to say miscellaneous. You will demand leave. There we go. But I'm going to demand leave with threat. If they do not leave the system, we will annihilate them. And that is not a threat I make idly. We will force them from the system as is required. 4th Carrier Strike Group. What actives? Actives are not on the one side, so that's a problem. Did we even put sensors on the one side? Yeah, we did. It's got sensors. There we go. Now we have proper active sensors. We have some colony ships just because we sort of gave it a military restricted order. We had colony ships kind of screw up here. Okay, we're going to wait until a construction increment goes by, which will basically tell them to fuck off, which is going to be the job here. On their increment. Depending on how they will reply. Okay. Or they will be fired upon. Okay. You know what? I'm tired of this. I am tired of this. The Kiswa will be destroyed. In fact, I don't know what kind of vessel the Kiswa is. We're going to board it. It's a military vessel. I'm going to assume it is a military vessel of some description. Okay. Quebec's launch. Fleets. Load up boarding platoons. No, they already have the boarding platoons on board. That's fantastic. Ontario's launch. You are going to join that as a subfleet. There we go. And then we're going to begin to land our forces onto that Kiswa. Attempt boarding action, all. We're going to war, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to war. We will secure this vessel, and there's nothing that they are going to do that will be able to stop it. Okay, attempting boarding action. Within range. Okay, I want to make sure the interiors are actually like ready in case like bad stuff happens. Auto assign fire control, assigns fleet. What the hell are we? V51 Cygni. Okay. Prepare to attempt boarding action. Breaching charge has been detonated. We lost about 30 Marines, it looks like. But we have a big gun. Let's get the hell out of here. So I'm going to designate them as hostile now. And I'm going to... We're going to set up our destroyers, make sure they're all correctly assigned. Auto-assign fire control, assigned to fleets. Auto-assign, make sure that's auto-assigned. Yep, everything is auto-assigned correctly. We are ready to go. We are ready to fire. Bonside, let's make sure your weapons are also auto-assigned correctly. Okay, we are beginning the boarding process. Beta Pupus. New contacts. Beta Pupus, what is going on? Oh, they're destroying our buoys. That's what they're doing. Yep, they're destroying the buoys. There we go. So they have longer range weapons, but they also have smaller range weapons. That's definitely interesting. That gives us intelligence on the weapon capabilities that they do have. But we're going into war, ladies and gentlemen. A war that we will win, at the very least, and we will take their stuff from them. Okay, now we're gonna hold here until we have further information. This carrier strike group is practically ready, but I'm going to move. You're ready if we need to pull you back. We're still overhauling ships here, but that will be ready somewhat soon, and then we can begin to move that in for support. We've successfully penetrated the hull, so now we're going to wait as we attempt to capture their vessel. How many crew did we kill? 36. We did not lose a single marine, which is fantastic. We did lose some on boarding, of course, but we just killed 73. 78 more crew members killed. And we've successfully taken the Kiswar class vessel. Okay, Kiswar. What are you? What kind of vessel are you? You're a geosurvey ship. They have inertial fusion drive, so they're a tech ahead of us. So yeah, this is a geological survey vessel. I'm going to have the... where is it? I'm going to have these guys... grab. I don't really care about the ship, to be honest, but I do want to load up stuff. So we're going to load our ground units back up. We lost quite a few on the boarding attempt, but yeah, we're going to make sure we board that, and we grab all of the ground forces from place. Then I'm going to order our carrier strike group to begin moving towards Beta Pupus's jump point. If we can stop them from entering the system, we can deal with them more effectively. Okay. So far, I was loading that stuff up. Continuing to load up those boarding platoons that were located on the fleet. Okay, we are now good. I'm going to then order... Where is the... yeah, I'm going to order this. Detach you. You're going to land on the same mothership, and then I'm going to have the Ontario Squadron land on the signed mothership as subfleet. Let's get them back and happy. Okay, we're going to leave the Kiswar there. It's not a commercial vessel, but it'll be fine on its own. But we have captured it, which is fantastic. It does give us further information on the technology that they do contain, which we need to know. We know that they have vessels located at Beta Pupus, but we also know, well, we don't know that we've lost the signal contact. We don't know where their fleet is right now, but we can assume it's going to be heading towards Beta Pupus right now, and we need to understand that we need to intercept that as best as we can. So this will take us 5 days to reach the target. What is the range of our... I believe we have a 750 million kilometer range on our strike fighters. Block 4. We have a 1 billion kilometer range. And our Growler Block 3s have a 1 billion kilometer... what is that? About a 650 million kilometer range. So we're going to close within 650 million kilometers, and then at that point, we are going to launch fires. So waypoints. waypoint 1. One side, head towards the waypoint. New ship contact detected, Hospitaler. Beta Pupus. But yeah, we have now gone hostile to them, so they're going to continue their attacks on us. Now, the good thing is we still do have that intelligence gathering that's happening here that they can't detect from us. So we are slowly building that up, which is always very, very useful for us, but it's going to be a little bit harder now for them to actually get out of there. V51 Signy, Reconquista changed direction. Reverend Mother class. Where is the Reconquista? Is it this one? No, I don't see any detections. There's also apparently they have sent vessels over to that location, which is also very concerning. Let me check Captain Star. We want to make sure that we don't have any... Yeah, so we do. There are forces near Captain Star, which is a problem. There's not much I can do about that until we get our first carrier strike group ready to go. I'm actually just going to detach this. Like, we need to get this fleet moving ASAP. Like, no time can be wasted. Auto route, go to Bernard Star, refuel, go to that location, move to Captain Star. That'll take you 23 days. We need all the weapons that we can get for this war that we're going to be waging against the enemy. Okay, we don't know if they're missiles or not. That is definitely something that does intrigue me. Okay, we're moving closer. Yeah, just reconquisters. I'm pretty sure those are survey vessels, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, now we have actual naval vessels moving towards us. We're picking them up here. Yeah, they destroyed that. Energy weapon 24 impact. That's interesting. 20 strength 1. So we should be able to destroy these vessels relatively easily. At least that's my thinking. We still have partial contact on a few of these. Partial lost. They move a lot faster than we do. So Reconquista heading our way, it looks like. We're going to keep moving towards the waypoint. Our ships are a lot slower, but once we get our fighters deployed, they're able to keep up with the enemy vessels. So we have to keep that in mind. Okay, we have a Reconquista, which we've lost the contact for. A partial contact lock. Maybe some kind of scout vessel. Maybe that is what we're dealing with here. Okay, continue. Once we get within range, we can then launch the Growlers to go and investigate the targets. Okay, 12,000 kilometers per second. We picked up the Baldwins and V51 Signy. We have 2 Baldwin class AS2s. I wouldn't be surprised if that civilian ship is dead. Yep. They just destroyed a civvy ship. This is a problem. What kind of weapons did they use? Size 24, strength 24 weapons, damage per 24. That's significant. When are we getting first carrier strike group to the system? Quite a ways away, so we'll have to wait on that. Imminent action, so they're likely going to be firing missiles towards us. Okay, in that case, I'm going to launch interceptors. Launch interceptors and then join as subfleet to the main carrier group. We should pick up anything that does come in relatively early. New ship detected in Vega. We do have an active sensor lock. Well, not an active sensor, but we have a partial sensor lock of that vessel, so that is definitely something to keep in mind. Okay, we nearly arrived at the waypoint. Okay, 20 minutes. Okay, we've arrived. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to launch Growlers. We're going to launch 1 Growler. We're going to head towards the Beta Pupus jump point, and behind behind you, we're going to launch the Aardvark strike squadrons. So 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. Okay. Then we're going to have them join the subfleet like we did in the previous war. Okay. And I'm going to have you follow the Growler. Okay. Here we go. Imminent action being caused. Beta Pupus to strength 24 hits. Okay, let's head towards the target. If we can detect the Reconquista, we'll fire a few missiles to destroy it. I doubt it has. It's got a significant resolution sensor on it, so I do want to get rid of it. Because it's able to actually detect our vessels, which is always a problem. Okay, we're closing. Closing. Within sensor range. Within missile range. What is that range to target? 47 million. Okay. Size of vessels, 7,500 tons. Okay, we're gonna fire 6. We're gonna fire half a squadron at it. So yeah, and then I want to assign missiles. Okay, assign to fleet. But then I'm going to, yeah, we assign that to fleet. We're going to auto assign fire controls. Sign that up. Auto assign fire controls, but I don't want to have that as the potential target. So I'm going to do auto assign fire controls, assign that to fleet. But then I'm going to slot in the Reconquista here. So we're going to fire 3, 4, 5, 6. They have targets. Prepare to open fire. Yeah. Open fire all. Or no, open fire fire control. Open fire fire control. Open fire fire control. Open fire fire control. And we're going to continue to do this. Okay. Next, we also need to make sure that fleet synchronization fire is on. Because these are brand new fighters, keep in mind. Fleet sync on. Fleet sync on. Okay. Preparing. Okay, we're gonna turn synchronized fire off then for these guys because apparently that does not work. Fleet sync off. Invalid target. What's the range? 43 million kilometers. Okay. Okay, missiles are away. Ceasefire. And then we're going to put fleet sync on. Okay, missiles are now away. They should not take that long at all to reach the target. Going 51,000 kilometers per second. Here we go. The enemy is coming towards us as well, but we are going to hit it. If it survives, we'll board it and take the crew prisoner. If not, we will continue our advance towards the jump point. Missiles inbound. Very close to target now. This is the first ever use of the Mark IVs. There's 20 missiles. They hit very, very hard, these. Okay. So it does have point defense capability. We got a penetrating hit on it, which lowered the speed. But it does have capabilities in terms of... You have a 20% chance to hit with all of those missiles. Are you kidding me? That's insanity. Okay. Launch... turn fire off. we're going to launch more missiles at it. Okay. Open fire. There we go. Okay, missiles are firing. So that technology seems to be pretty good with the speeds that they were able to gather. That hit chance is not the best for us, but yeah, missiles are en route. The ECM also does not help at all. Okay, incoming. Preparing to hit target. And splash one. Target down. Life pods are now there. Secondary power explosion. We managed to get straight through. Target was destroyed by 3 hits. Successful destruction of enemy vessel. Alright. Well, we've got a lot on our plate. This war is going to be bloody hectic. I hope to see you guys next time. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And we need to rally our forces, prepare to repel the enemy. And yes, I know it's probably a bit controversial. I made the first attack move, but they were not respecting our claim to this system. So I had to do what I had to do. I'll see you guys next time. Please like, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye. And special thanks to members Autorigo1101, King Strozer, Luis Neto, Impassive 9001, Gravmania, Panito, Renitio, and Fishik. Thanks for your and Fishik, as well as Doodle SM. Thanks for your support. We're able to keep the channel going.